All right, so we're going to do an eBay unboxing. This could be or this could be ah. All right, so we're going to do a fast motion. Now, my best friend told me you can manifest things. The things you want in life, you can manifest. So I saw this on eBay with a $30 buy it now. And I said to her, there could be something inside here that may be valuable that the seller doesn't know about. Should I buy it or not? Should I take a chance at $30? And she said, go for it. It will be the thing you want will be in there. And we'll see if she's right. Can we manifest things, boys and girls? Okay. So, oh boy. All right. So when I spied with my little eye this crucifix, I saw that it was one of those relic crucifix. Now, the seller does not know that. A lot of people do not know these are relic crucifixes and sell them on eBay thinking they're just a crucifix. But a lot of these would hold and contain holy relics of the saints inside of them. And I do notice a lot of times when you find these crucifixes, they are cleaned out of all the relics. Don't know why that happened, but over time the relics get all scooped out and it's empty. All right, you ready? What do you think? My best friend said it's manifested that this is going to be in my favor, and we'll see if she's right. And she said she manifested this for me. I don't know if I believe in that sort of, I don't know, weird stuff, but all right, you ready? Oh. All right, we don't want to lose the screw. All right, boys and girls. Oh, God, I'm so nervous. This could be a $30 cross, or it could be something more special if I can only get it open. Oh, okay, it's opening. You ready? All right. Oh, my God, boys and girls. I am not kidding you. My best friend was right. Oh, my God, I'm doing the happy dance. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Oh, my God. This is like a $700 crucifix now. Well, $400 to $700 generally is what they sell for. And who do we have? What saints in here? Oh my God, I'm absolutely over the moon. We have Saint Mary, maybe, I don't know, I'll Google that. Saint Ursula, Saint Agnes Day. Well, Agnes Day is not a saint. It's the Lamb of God wax. It's a little lamb piece of like a thing that the nuns would do. They would melt a piece of wax with the image of a lamb in it. Agnes Day. Agnes, Saint Agnes, a martyr. We also have Saint Crescenti, St. Aloysius, and a random martyr. Yeah, boys and girls, how many relics do we have in here? Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relics. Well, you can minus out the Agnes Day and make it 6, but it is sort of a relic as well. And so I just hit the jackpot. Now, where were these made? This is what's known as a monastery, like a nun's crucifix. So the nuns in the monasteries, and mainly in Germany, these were put together in Germany. And I'm going to even show you my research that these are German crucifixes put together by the nuns in the convent in Germany. And this actually looks ancient. But these crucifixes were generally made between 1925 and about 1960, I'd say. This one could be a 1925, 1928, 1929, 1931. Well, there was a particular German company that actually made these crucifixes. And they did not only make them in the trefoil design, like you see here, this is trefoil. They made them where they were straight across. I'll show you some in my collection. And so this company, I forgot the name of it. I'll pull up the research I've done. Actually had a contract with the nuns in a convent. I believe it was St. Joseph's Abbey near Passau and near Bavaria in Germany. And they actually cut the contract with them in 1939. And it was actually the 1938 or 1939 because the company that made these crucifixes were putting out political propaganda pro-Hitler. And it's true. The nuns actually cut the contract because the Catholic Church was against Nazism. And they picked the contract back up again sometime after the war, after World War II. And they started putting the relics inside these. These are guaranteed to be real relics that were given to the nuns to place in these German Nazi crucifixes. I wanted to show you guys this out in the light. so you guys can see this better. But look at this. My best friend just called me and she said, did you get the crucifix? And I said, yes. And she said, you see, I told you to go for it. And generally, I don't want to waste $30 on something not being, you know, possibly spectacular. But this is actually spectacular. Absolutely. Look at this. This is amazing, boys and girls. I am so over the moon over this. All right, so let me show you how these were made and the history behind the makings of these type of convent relic. Did I say convict? No, convent relics that were put in these crucifixes that were German. Now I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but this is from the cloister of Daimau. And here's the history of this particular abbey. And it shows you year after year what they did. And so the sisters, actually, I'm going to show you where they did not want to do business with this company anymore. Let's find it. And 1903, we're going down. By the way, here's the sisters around 1945 with the orphans. They were feeding the orphans. Here are the orphans. And this is the abbey. Really quite beautiful. And let's try to find, yes, this is the inside. Look how miraculously beautiful this is. All right, and during World War I, like they were building more pieces, you know, onto it, extensions. Here's the abbess. And let's go ahead to 1937, the contract with the company Gebruder Endres, Gebruder meaning brothers, Endres. They were crucifix makers, and Montabaur is terminated by the sisters because the company had carried out propaganda that was inappropriate for religious objects. That means, boys and girls, they took the Nazis' side. Now, in 1925, in cooperation with the company Gebruder Endres and Montabaur, relics for rosaries and crosses are made. So as early as 1925, up into sometime in the late 50s to early 60s. So they discontinued working with them in 37, but after World War II, they went back to working with them again. Here's an example of another Gebruder Endres crucifix that came with a certificate that these relics were authentic. I'll show you an example of the inside of one of them, made by the same sisters. Here we go. And they did a Xerox copy of the original certificate that would have came with this. This is a Xerox copy, but it says the relics which are inlaid in the crucifixes were given and inserted by the nuns, and I can't pronounce that, of St. Joseph's Abbey at Thurnau in Germany. Delivery of the crucifixes will be affected through the trusteeship of Gebruder Endres, Nazis. I added that. Koblenz, Germany. The genuineness of the relics is certified by the seal and signature of this certificate. And this particular example was made in 1939. Actually, no, 1959. We saw that they discontinued working with them, and I believe in 1937. But this one sold, this has 8 relics. It sold for 800 doll hairs. So my $30 purchase was fantastic. Now, mine is what's known as a trefoil with the 3 little turned out clover on the edges, but they did make them square as well, like this, and sold for 800 doll hairs just recently. And yet here's another one that recently sold for $1,300, and it has the certificate right where you can see here. This one was dated in 1959, and this is actually not a Xerox copy, but this is what it looks like inside the crucifix. Very similar to, you see this type of papper roll. This is called papper roll. And gems, like mine has the little red gems in my crucifix. But yeah, with multiple relics of the saints. 1,300 doll hairs. Now here's another Gebruder Endres, right there, Brother Endres, Germany, with Koblenz, Germany, crucifix with the original, look at that, the original tag on it. And this one has relics in the center. I do have one that's very similar to that one. And let's show you the relics that were put in there by the nuns in that particular abbey in Germany. Rare nuns relic cross with 12 relics and Agnus Dei, Lamb of God, in the center. And here's another one that comes with the certificate. Now these go missing. So mine definitely went missing. Unfortunately, but I know it is authentic and it is real. And there's again the same thing that says it's from St. Joseph's Abbey at Thurnau. And this one is dated 1964. Even though these crucifixes look ancient, they are actually not as old as we think when we find them. And some of the workmanship was absolutely gorgeous. If you see these paper roll designs, mine is of course smaller and not as big as this one. The bigger they are, the more money they sell for. Okay, this particular one sold, and it sold for $762. And this one is only about maybe 3 or 4 inches big. And there it is with all the relics inside of it. Here's one that has 9 relics inside of it, and it's being sold for $1,250. And here's another one that's very similar to mine that sold for $1,350 with 7 relics inside. Now, they did a Xerox copy of the certificate they found on the internet, and this one dated 1964. This is a Xerox. It did not come with the certificate, but there we go. It's almost identical to my crucifix, except for somebody had it on a rope chain, maybe a priest or a nun. And let's look at the inside if we can find it. And apparently I don't see any pictures of the inside of the crucifix in this auction. Sometimes they delete photos. Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. And yes, it's very, very, very similar to mine. $1,350. So the auction states a copy of the original relic cross certificate, a Xerox copy, is included since most of all these types of crosses came from the Cistercian nun of St. Joseph's Abbey at Thurnau, Germany. All relics are guaranteed to be authentic and come from a 40-year-old collection, a wonderful Catholic religious treasure. Relics today from Rome are impossible to acquire unless you are a priest and have your bishop's permission. They're becoming very scarce and unobtainable for future devotees. And again, 1,350 doll hairs for this crucifix that I got for $30. Not bad, not bad at all. Now, with my experience of collecting these, 9 times out of 10, you will find these old relic crucifixes on eBay, and the relics inside will be gone. Actually, the whole entire crucifix will be scooped out and clean. And why is that, boys and girls? I'll tell you why. Because bad, unscrupulous people take each one of the relics that are hidden under the piece of paper that you see here throughout this crucifix and put them in a theca, which is a little round pendant-like object with a glass top that you can see through it. And what they do is they sell each one, they scoop it out, glue it inside of a new one, and sell each one for $500. And so they get more money than, say, this one being sold for $1,300. They would actually sell it for about $3,000 to $5,000 by taking each and every one of these saints or relics of the saints and placing it in a little theca. And I'll show you what a theca is. Yes, I have a lot of first-class relics. I cover them. Each one has a cover, and I'll show you what a theca is. So you see this little disc with the relic inside with the glass? This little disc has a glass top in the center. That's what people do. They place them. You can buy these thecas, and they sell each one of these relics for $500 that were in the crucifix, which is really quite sad. So I almost did not take a chance on this crucifix because I figured and I assumed that almost every single one of these relics would have been scooped out. Now, the seller sold this as a regular crucifix, did not know it opened up. Now, not all of these ebonized wood, you see the ebonized wood here? Not all of these open up. I'd say the majority of them don't open up. And so if you're going on eBay looking for these ebonized crucifixes, don't even think that you have a huge chance of it being a relic crucifix, because most of them are just unopenable crucifixes with the ebonized wood on the front with the corpus of Jesus here. And so the chances of me getting this is like striking a small lottery. Let's just put it that way. And I'm glad that I actually took a chance on $30 and got this. The chance of finding these openable relic crucifixes are very, very slim, number one. And secondly, the fact that most of the relics will be scooped out of them and emptied out of them is another unhappy reality. So this was a major score, boys and girls. I will not be selling it because it's really against the Catholic religion to actually sell these. But if I get desperate enough one day, yes, I will sell them. And you're not supposed to, it's a mortal sin, I believe, to sell a holy relic. But if you say the crucifix, you're paying for the crucifix, you're not paying for the relics are free, then you can sort of get away with it. Thanks for watching. Oh my God, my best friend manifested this for me, she claims. And it actually turned out in my favor. I'll see you guys on the next unboxing, which is coming shortly.